Chicago public school students are returning to class amid growing budget uncertainties, as the district faces challenges in securing funding and managing its $734 million deficit. This story was originally published by Chalkbeat. Sign up for Chalkbeat Chicago's free daily newsletter, https://www.chalkbeat.org/Chicago, to stay informed about education news. Chicago, with a school bell ringing and flanked by CPS and union leaders, Mayor Brandon Johnson and interim CEO Macquline King welcomed students and staff to the first day of the 2025-26 academic year at Courtney Language Arts Center and Austin College and Career Academy High School on the West Side. These visits highlighted the district's commitment to providing comprehensive support services through initiatives like the Sustainable Community Schools program, which offers wraparound support to students and families. A partnership between CPS and the Chicago Teachers Union. The mayor and principal at Courtney spoke warmly, acknowledging the community's efforts during their visit. In contrast, at Austin, a teacher played music as students greeted each other, showcasing the diverse programs available at the high school. Students started school on a schedule similar to last year's Democratic National Convention, with Monday being the first day of K-12 classes. Pre-K students returned Tuesday. King was chosen in June to take over the helm of the nation's fourth-largest school district, 6 months after the board voted to fire Pedro Martinez, who clashed with Johnson over budget management. She introduced herself as the mayor of education who has made so much possible, highlighting her leadership and work ethic. Meanwhile, Johnson praised her work and shared concerns about the district's future despite the budget challenge. While there may be disagreements over how to close the $734 million deficit, the proposal includes a budget plan that does not reimburse the city for a portion of a pension payment. This means CPS would only contribute if additional revenue is found, sparking debate about whether the district should prioritize short-term savings or long-term planning. The school board is divided, with some urging the inclusion of the city pension reimbursement and others opposing it. CPS is starting its year without a budget, a situation that mirrors the challenges faced in 2016 when the school board approved a budget late in August, but the school year began after Labor Day. The district must adopt a spending plan by August 29 and vote on it by August 28. Budget proposals have been debated, with some arguing for reduced staff and others advocating for increased funding. Students and families may notice changes in classrooms this year, including smaller class sizes in early grades, more teaching assistants, fewer hot meals, fewer custodians, and adjusted bell times across approximately 24 campuses. Custodians representing Service Employees International Union held a rally outside Jones College Prep on Monday to protest cuts to full-time custodial positions. However, officials noted that CPS started the year with some of the lowest staffing vacancies in recent history, with a 2.5% vacancy rate for teaching staff and a 3% rate for support staff compared to previous years. For the first time in at least 3 years, the district has maintained the same number of teaching positions as the year before, with 22,671 and 13,267 support staff positions. Ben Felton, the district's chief talent officer, emphasized that retaining current staff, rather than hiring more, helped reduce vacancies, but acknowledged the district's success in attracting talent through programs like Teach Chicago, which focuses on recruitment and retention at hard-to-fill schools. Students and teachers share hopes and concerns about the next year. About an hour after their visit to Courtney, Johnson and King moved to Austin College and Career Academy High School on the West Side. They met with district officials near the entrance, welcoming students and sharing insights about the district's progress and challenges. Deborah Woods, a special education teacher and CTU delegate, expressed optimism about the Sustainable Community Schools program. hoping it would provide additional programming for students. She also anticipated increased parent and community involvement. "We haven't had a lot of success with that yet," she said, adding that she hopes the initiative will bring positive change. Wood's concerns were tempered by nervousness about her school's future, given the district's financial struggles. She mentioned her past experience in May Elementary, where her former school was closed after mass closures, leading to a merger with Leland Elementary. She left education for 1 year following these closures, before returning to the field. Austin High School, unlike many other schools, has a capacity for hundreds of students, but enrolls fewer than 200 kids. Last year, the school enrolled just 140 students. Officials projected deficits for future school years, raising concerns about potential closures or mid-year cuts. Stanley Scales, a sophomore attending Providence St. Mel, felt nervous about entering the school for the first time. His mother, Tanya Sirocco, who was with Stanley, said she doesn't have the financial resources to attend private schools, so they decided to enroll at Austin, his neighborhood high school. As a fan of flag football, Stanley hoped to try out for sports and set a goal of passing. Sirocco described Stanley as a good kid who's smart, though she had few concerns besides bullying. Asked about the lack of a budget, Sirocco said she didn't worry too much. As long as Stanley did his part and got good grades and didn't get into trouble, she wasn't concerned. Kanaya Harris, a freshman at Austin High School after graduating from McNair Elementary, felt anxious but grew calmer as she waited outside the building. She said she'll stay focused, focus on grades, and stay successful. She encouraged peers to avoid putting too much pressure on themselves, stay positive, be respectful, and choose friends wisely. Chalmers Elementary in North Lawndale also experienced first-day jitters, with some students clinging to parents dropping them off, and a staffer reassuring a boy holding his mother's hand. Overall, the campus vibe was more laid-back compared to last summer, when the West Side campus hosted Johnson and Martinez, whose relationship soured after their first day of school. The district, along with nearby Collins High School and Johnson Elementary, underwent extensive renovations over the summer as part of a community-led effort to transform them into science, technology, engineering, arts, and math schools. All three have struggled with declining enrollment over the past decade, with supporters hoping the STEAM project will boost their programs in a neighborhood lacking specialized programs. Chalmers gained a spacious makerspace, computer lab, and art studio on the second floor, work done by workers Saturday-Sunday. Many parents who dropped off students Monday reported little information about the initiative, stating the supportive environment brings them to Chalmers. A half-hour earlier, Aaliyah and her grandmother arrived just before the 8:45 a.m. first bell, readying themselves for the year ahead. Smith said she wanted to get in and eat breakfast and see if she remembers any of her friends.